As I have reported many times in this space, and also at the blog found at guymcpherson.com, an insect apocalypse is underway. Considering the importance of insects to our daily lives, the ongoing insect apocalypse is very important. Insects, better called invertebrates, pollinate our food, control pests, decompose dead plants into soil, and serve as a food source. They contribute to cycling of nutrients, and they are vital for maintaining soil health. Beyond land, invertebrates also maintain the cleanliness of aquatic ecosystems. Published since 1956, the Tico Times is Costa Rica's leading English-language newspaper. A story in the Tico Times published on May 11, 2025 is titled, "Costa Rica's May Beetles Vanish, Signaling Ecological Crisis." Here's the lead. Quote, "In Costa Rica, the iconic May beetles, Abejones de Mayo, known scientifically as the Phylophaga genus, are vanishing at an alarming rate." End quote. The initial paragraph concludes with these two sentences. Quote, "These beetles, which have long heralded the arrival of the rainy season each May, are now a rare sight, even in rural areas. Biologists at the University of Costa Rica estimate a staggering 90 to 95% decline in their populations over the past 4 decades, sparking concern about the health of the nation's ecosystems." End quote. A biologist at the University of Costa Rica is then quoted. Quote, "For many Costa Ricans, spotting abejones buzzing around porch lights marked the start of the rains. Now they're a fleeting memory." End quote. Almost nobody watching this video lives in Costa Rica. As a result, you might think the information I am presenting in this video does not matter to you. As I have pointed out many times, we are one. In addition, this is one of many stories about the ongoing insect apocalypse, about which I have failed to report recently in this space. Finally, what happens in Central America is important to everybody who eats food grown in Central America. That number includes many people in the U.S. and Europe. A subsection titled "A Perfect Storm of Threats" explains the threats to the May beetle. Quote, "The decline of May beetles is driven by rampant urbanization, heavy pesticide use, and climate change. Rapid urban expansion has paved over the green spaces where beetle larvae, known locally as hobatos or hogotos, develop underground, feeding on plant roots." End quote. A University of Costa Rica biologist provides a cogent summary that we have witnessed throughout the world during the last few hundred years. Quote, "As cities grow and houses replace fields, the land these larvae need vanishes." End quote. Again, quote, "As cities grow and houses replace fields, the land these larvae need vanishes." End quote. More broadly, quote, "As cities grow and houses replace fields, the land," end quote, "many organisms need to survive vanishes." This is a summary for all life on Earth since humans decided they were superior to other life forms several thousand years ago. The story at Tico Times explains that Costa Rica leads Latin America in agrochemical use per hectare. It explains that pesticides weaken May beetles by disrupting their reproduction, as well as their ability to pollinate plants. In addition, beetles are incorrectly believed to be pests. As a result, they are subjected to lethal pesticides. Finally, 3 paragraphs into the subsection, "A Perfect Storm of Threats," we are informed that anthropogenic climate change poses a threat to the May beetles. Quote, "Climate change further disrupts the beetle's life cycle, which relies on the predictable onset of rains. Rising temperatures, erratic rainfall, and disrupted seasonal cues throw off their development. In the Area de Conservación Guanacaste, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, researchers have noted declining insect populations since the 1970s, driven by hotter, drier conditions that burn off cloud forests and reduce biodiversity." Renowned conservation biologist Daniel Jansen is quoted, quote, "Even protected areas aren't spared." End quote. What could possibly go wrong? Quote, "May beetles play vital ecological roles. As adults, they pollinate plants, aiding in fruit and seed production. Their larvae aerate soil, enhancing fertility, and both stages serve as prey for birds, bats, and mammals. Their decline could ripple through food webs, threatening Costa Rica's biodiversity, which is among the richest in the world. End quote. Costa Rica is well known for its biological diversity. As with other places around the world, the decline in invertebrates in Costa Rica is a cause for concern. The story in the Tico Times addresses the issue of plummeting invertebrates. Quote, globally, insect populations are plummeting, with studies reporting a 45% drop in invertebrate abundance over 35 years. In Costa Rica, May beetles are part of this trend, alongside species like dung beetles and butterflies, all facing habitat loss, pesticides, and climate shifts. End quote. The Tico Times article points out that collective action will be required to save May beetles and many other invertebrates. It points to reduced pesticide use, addition of green spaces, and other important actions. In the next to last paragraph, it indicates, quote, people can help by turning off outdoor lights at night to prevent disorienting beetles, which are drawn to artificial glow and often die from exhaustion, end quote. Turning out the lights is a great idea. I suspect that'll be happening all too soon, and not voluntarily.